going on, CDL fans? It's time to get back on that field again. God, I love the way this is. Playoff games every day. You don't have to wait, for just the 3 games a week or whatever. No. Playoffs every day for like the first 10 days of the playoffs. Well, no. 14 days of the playoffs, seven games. There's 10 days for the second round. Maximum of 10 days for the second round. Of course, if every series was a sweep, it would end in 8 days, but, it doesn't happen like that. Anyways, Game 2 is going to come to a conclusion today. These best-of-7 series have been fun to watch so far. Should be fun today. Let's go on ahead and give you a little preview of today's Game 2s that are about to happen. Also, within that, we kind of recap on the Game 1s and stuff like that. So, enjoy this little Game 2 preview for this July 30th game day. Well, folks, first series we are going to get into today. San Francisco Shinobis have the 1-0 series lead. Going to be on the road, take on the San Jose Storm for Game 2 in their best-of-7 conference quarterfinals. Now, Game 1, a lot of good mentions. It was an entertaining game. Ended 15-10 San Francisco. So what goes on and what do both teams need to win Game 2? Well, Game 1 is exactly how to put this. San Francisco had played a good Game 1, but they really need some cars to step up. Mach 5-2, supposed to be a good defensive car, and he is a good defensive car, but just not there for Game 1. 48 hours, taking him down right away, and that's exactly what 48 hours and San Jose rather have to try to do here against a team like San Francisco. You cannot get stuck in this drag out battle. Granted, the Storm are good at it, but if you're going up in a long standing battle against a car like Black Bullet 1, who played very excellent, had a great game by the way, played very, very well. You go up in a battle with a car like that, and you saw what happened. He went 3-0. Black Bullet 1 did. Goes 3-0. I mean, he took down, 48 hours going 2-0-1. That's great. He's got to get those quick collisions. But Ratified went down just way too easy. Wasp put up the good fight. Still went down 9-17. Good fight. You got to have Ratified playing better for San Jose, definitely, if they want to get the win here. He had a weak game in Game 1. 48 hours, definitely, I think, kind of had the strongest game. And for Wasp, defensive battle, that's where I'm saying you got to take Black Bullet 1 down, kind of try to get him down as quickly as possible. You get into one of these long battles with Black Bullet 1, he can beat you at any given moment. This car is good at hanging in there in those long battles. So the quicker you can get the offense out there to take him down, someone that can really get under him and get him airborne. That's got to be the trick of taking down Black Bullet 1. You got to get him airborne and at least give those possibilities for that to happen. In the case with Wasp, they were both going airborne and all over the place. Interferences on both sides. But definitely cars that I'm looking for stronger games out of in Game 2, or I think the team should be looking for stronger games out of. But if Ratified steps up for the San Jose side, and for the San Francisco side, if you get Mach 5-2 stepping up on their side, this could just be epic. But, the strategies to take down San Jose. For San Francisco, the strategy, you try to drag it out. You try to have these long battles. If you can't get the flips right away, you try to win in these long battles. Of course, Mach 5-2, that's where it came into effect there. He didn't go by the strategy. He went down right away. All of a sudden, deficit right away. And San Jose really had him in danger when they got that 10-5 lead. 48 hours, did his job perfectly in that game. Black Bullet 1 did his job perfectly in that game. We'll see what happens in Game 2. So let's get on to another series. All right, CDL fans, next game we are getting into Game 2, Tampa Bay Gators and Pittsburgh Destroyers. Game 1, what else can be said about Game 1? Surprise! Tampa Bay getting the job done, did a very good job winning Game 1. Total teamwork there. First off, when you play up against a team like Pittsburgh, you got to take their offense away at the very least, and they sent their offense out first. Took away that flipping ability. You had Enzo and Yellow Custom both going at it, and Enzo 3 getting the flip, of course. All of a sudden, but he went down himself, but still tie game 5-5. Pittsburgh then going to their defense because most of the team is defense. You got What Junior out there. Expecting more out of Battle here in game 2. I mean, he cannot go down after just 2-3 collisions, just be down. Battle needs to step up. Now he's in the playoffs. He's kind of had a hard time stepping up for a lot of the season. He did have a stretch, though, to where it was every game he was being consistent, stepping up. And this was really when Tampa Bay was rising from being like 16th, 17th, 18th place in the Eastern Conference. Part of the reason why they rose up and got that playoff spot in the end was because you had Battle stepping up along with 47 Ronin. Really, really good teamwork there. If anybody stepped up and I can say claim responsibility for Tampa Bay's win in game 1, it was 47 Ronin. Okay, he takes down What Junior pretty much right away, then takes down Green Blaze after a couple of collisions. He battled that one out and almost got him the win against Paradox, but you can't expect one car to do everything. Good job to Phantom to actually getting the job done. I say if anybody needs to step up on that team, it's Battle, and that's it. I think it comes down to Battle. If the Tampa Bay Gators actually want to win this series, I mean they just won game 1 with only 3 of their cars really performing where they should be at. For Pittsburgh, they need to survive definitely longer. They want to prove that they are the number 1 seed. They got the talent to do it. You got What Junior and you got Green Blaze on that squad. You hope to see, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, I guess you could say you hope to see Yellow Custom 2 actually getting the flip on Enzo 3. He's capable of doing so. He's just got to get it done. Pittsburgh definitely could use that 5-0 lead right there, if anything. We'll see how the teams line up today and how everything works out. But Pittsburgh, not going to say that they're done yet, but if Tampa Bay can get running on all cylinders, got to remember, that was, it's like a jet engine. You got the jet engine, jets flying through the air, big 740 freaking 7, okay? You got the 4 huge freaking engines, okay? So right now, game 1, Tampa Bay was kind of like that jet, but only 3 of the engines were working. Now, if they can get all 4 engines working, they can blow right past Pittsburgh. But nonetheless, Destroyers definitely expect to see a way better effort out of them. They can play a better game than what they did in game 1. So, this game preview, holy crap, it's a long one. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Anyways, let's get you to the next series. Okay, the next series we are getting into. This was a quick game. The game 1 was a quick game at least. So game 2, definitely looking for different results. The Buffalo Warriors, the number 6 seed of the Eastern Conference. Puerto Rico, the number 3 seed. And Puerto Rico, they proved why they are the Southeast Division champions, and maybe just why they're the 3 seed. And if they show the type of man, it wasn't their whole team, because most of their team didn't have to do any work. Black Lena did the work for them. He goes 3-0, gets the 15-0 shutout. So that becomes the whole thing. How you take Black Lena down now for the Buffalo squad, and that's the thing. Even if you get past Black Lena, you still got who to deal with. You're still going to have Green Blaze Jr. to deal with. You're still going to have Black Star to deal with. Puerto Rico, one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. And really, Buffalo actually considered one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So to just get owned that way in Game 1, Buffalo definitely looking to rebound in Game 2. So where's the strategy come in? Don't go down as easy. Play an all-around better game. The Buffalo Warriors, time to step up for them. If they want any chance of beating this Puerto Rico team, you're not going to beat them with the weak play that you had in Game 1. I mean, it was just ridiculous how easy this team just rolled on their backs and let the players walk away with the victory. For the Playas, just one car, being that all-star on that given day, just a great game by them. So give Blacklane all the credit in the world for getting a shutout. He stepped his game up so that his team didn't have to. He just said, come on, Playas, get on my shoulders, I can carry it. And that's basically what he did. So all credit to him, but if Buffalo really wants to be in the series, they got to raise their level of play to get there. Game 2 today, so we'll see what happens then. But if Game 1's any indication, this series could be over very quickly. Let's get into the next series. Alright, last series that we are going to do a little preview on because, last of all the games are going to happen today with it. And definitely expecting the better game from the number 2 seeded Chicago Wind Attack. They take on the number 7 seeded Nashville Nighthawks. It is a divisional rivalry, and both these teams bring in a lot of defense to the field for today's game. Game 1, honorable mentions if I have to give any. Orange Chevelle going 1-0-1, and basically perfect teamwork. You set up your team with a chance to win, and then if you can have your teammate take advantage of that chance. Orange Chevelle going 1-0-1 gave the Nighthawks that 10-5 lead, and then putting the game away right there on point with his offensive skills. The rookie, No Fear. Great car, getting the job done, taking down the veteran R to get that 15-5 win in Game 1. The Nighthawks looking very dangerous in Game 1. If you can repeat the process in Game 2, you can get it done. Highlight, gave a good effort, I believe. Of course, he went down. He was the first car of Chicago to go down, and didn't go according to plan there. But he did give quite a good battle to Orange Chevelle, and when you got 2 defensive cars going at it, 2 cars that are very hard to take down, you never know what's going to happen when that happens. And really, both of these teams, I'm just amazed because when you look at them on paper, they both use almost the same scheme. It's a matter of defense, offense, defense, or they'll go offense, defense, defense. They can match up so well because their teams have almost the same aspects on each side. It's like they are almost mirroring images of each other. I expect this series to go a full 7 games. Don't be fooled by the seeding. These 2 teams match up very well when you take a look at the way that they're at least 6 games. 6 or 7. I think because it's playoffs, 7 games. You didn't even have to see Extinguish get put to work yet. So if anything, for Chicago to have a better chance in Game 2, I say that you definitely want to see a better effort out of R. Because, with Monkey Ball going down in the tie collision with Orange Chevelle, you got to remember Orange Chevelle is a defensive car. And usually defense does better against an offensive car, actually. Usually it's the Smash Mouth that takes down defense. But not always. Doesn't always work that way. You got some cars that are very good at what they do, and, defensive cars have taken down Smash Mouth cars before. It happens all the time, but you definitely look for a better effort out of R. For him to go down so quickly the way he did against No Fear, you're expecting better out of a defensive car when you go up against an offensive car like No Fear. Even though No Fear, definitely good at what he does. So a lot of credit for him to just going out there and getting the win and getting out of the way. So Chicago kind of needed a better team performance for Nashville. I'd say the only thing that they got to do is stick to their guns in Game 2. If they can play just as well as they did in Game 1, in Game 2, and maybe Chicago's still kind of a little sleepy, we might have a 2-0 lead in the series for the Nighthawks. But we'll see what happens. Nighthawks and Wind Attack, of course, going to be later on this game day. So all that being said, let's get you down to the first game. San Francisco Shinobis and the San Jose Storm. Should be fun to watch. Game 2. We had an interesting Game 1. Game 2 should be no different. So let's get the little song playing and get you down to the field for that game.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash bowling. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest.
Hello, Toy Cardinal fans. We are back on CDL Live. Our July 30th game day about to begin. Playoff game day, I should add. Game 2 is in effect right now in these conference quarterfinals. It's the best out of 7 series. First game about to be underway. The number 5 seed of the Western Conference, the San Francisco Shinobis, on the road to be taking on the number 4 seeded San Jose Storm. Of course, the Shinobis won game 1 by a 15-10 final. Coming out with the same lineup today, and Brandon Blackwood's got his response out there right now. Let's go on ahead and get a look at these lines and see who gets the edge in game 2. San Francisco Shinobis, San Jose Storm. Let's go on ahead and get a look at these lines.
Is this a movie? Attacking beneath villages where my crew be. What is it like to be a shinobi? My ninjas feel you for your filming. Getsuke.
Alright, here we go. Shinobi sending out Modified 2 to start things off. They'll be taking on Ratify. Ratify good offensively. He's pretty good defensively, possibly. He's doing a good job on the offensive side, and he's got the 5-0 lead for the San Jose Storm. Spectite Jr. now out there for the Shinobis, trying to even this game up against Ratify. Almost did that. Ratify staying up. They switched sides here. Maybe this is what Ratify needs. He seems to have Spectite Jr. off balance there while he's on that home side. So maybe this is the advantage. You don't know. Hoping not for an interference. Oh, there it is. Interference saving. Spectite Jr. sends him back to their own side. Really? Do you see it? And Alex showing support to Brandon Blackwood, which is weird. He just said JK. Yeah, so anyways, 10-0 Storm in the lead. Black Bullet 1. Black Bullet 1 out there now. Taking on Ratify. And that time, a weird, awkward collision, but it is a good one. And it's a 10-5 game. Black Bullet 1 taking down Ratify, and now comes 9-17 for the win. Almost had it. Both cards are down. 9-17 and Black Bullet 1 both down. 15-10 Storm in the lead. Looking for the exact opposite score of game 1 here. Are the Storm 48 hours to put this one away. Black 3 trying to force overtime. And it's over right there. 48 hours, getting the game winning flip. 15-10 the final. The San Jose Storm get the win and even this series up at 1 apiece. Knew it was going to be a great series, and game 1 and 2, both epically fun to watch. Great games, both of them. Coming up next, the Tampa Bay Gators. Brandon Blackwood's other team trying to make history, trying to do something that has not been done since 2008. A number 8 seed beating the number 1 seed, knocking them out of the playoffs. Hasn't been done since 2008, but the Gators, they got the 1-0 series lead over the Pittsburgh Destroyers, and they look to wind it to 2-0. Next on CDL Live, it's the playoffs, baby. You gotta love it. Alright, CDL fans, July 30th game day continuing here. It's a playoff game day. Only 4 games on tap. There's most games you'll see during a single game day now, but nonetheless, should be a fun one to watch here. We got the number 8 seed of the Eastern Conference, the Tampa Bay Gators, on the road looking to take a 2-0 series lead to their home side of the court, whereas the Pittsburgh Destroyers trying to even this one at 1 apiece. The Destroyers, of course, the number 1 seed of the Eastern Conference, Northern Division champions yet again they are. We'll see what happens here in Game 2 of their best out of 7 series. Brandon Blackwood's Tampa Bay Gators, Gregory Fox's Pittsburgh Destroyers. Let's get a look at these lineups.
black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from my whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow.
Here we go. Enzo 3 starting things off for Tampa Bay out there against Green Blaze. These cars go head-to-head. Green Blaze, the defense wins out there. 5-0 Pittsburgh. Out comes Phantom for the Gators. And Phantom will tie this game up at 5 apiece. The Gators so resilient. Yellow Custom out there now. Yellow Custom 2, let's just say, out there takes down Phantom. 10-5 Pittsburgh in the lead. And now Battle trying to keep the Gators in this game. Can't do it. Yellow Custom 2 with that offensive front end. Getting the job done, and this one was a dominant one. 15-5 the final. The number 1 seeded team of the Eastern Conference looked like the number 1 seed of the Eastern Conference. 15-5, the Destroyers get the win over the Gators, and they've tied this series up at 1 apiece. Coming up next, the Buffalo Warriors on the road looking for a better result. They got shut out in the last game when they took on the Puerto Rico Playas. That was game 1. 15-0 on the road against Puerto Rico yet again, but definitely looking for better results. Alex Johnson looking to go up 2-0 in that series. He's already up 2-0 with LA, so looking to go 2 for 2 with Puerto Rico there. Buffalo Warriors, Puerto Rico Playas, it's next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to CDL Live, our July 30th playoff game day here. It has been underway, we're actually halfway through it. 2 more games left. Game 2, as a matter of fact, the Buffalo Warriors, number 6 seed in the Eastern Conference, on the road to take on the 3 seed and Southeast Division champions, the Puerto Rico Playas. Alex Johnson got some revenge in Game 1 for that Soldiers Cup final, beating Gregory Fox's Warriors 15-0 for this Playas. Looking for the same results here today to take a 2-0 series lead. Buffalo desperately going to be trying to tie the series up at 1, take it back to home, take it back to their home turf with the tie. So we'll see what happens. Warriors, Playas. Let's go look at the lineups. Okay, here we go. Blue Dragon starting things off for Buffalo, and Black Lena starting things off for the Playas. Had a huge game in Game 1, and he starts off Game 2 just the same. 5-0 Puerto Rico, just like that. Out comes what for the Buffalo Warriors, battling with Black Lena now. Both these cars going at it. Black Lena, impressive so far in Game 2. It's 10-0 Puerto Rico. Could it be a repeat? Black Lena went 3-0 in the last game day. He's 5-0 against the Warriors in this series now. Going for 6 against Tyrell, and he's done it! 6-0 so far against the Warriors. Here in this best out of 7 series, another shutout. 15-0 the final. The Puerto Rico Playas dominantly defeating the Buffalo Warriors. Holy cow, can you cook me up some donuts, Black Lena? Unbelievable. On his way to being playoff MVP if he keeps that way, if he keeps that up the whole way through. 15-0, another dominating win over the Warriors. 2-0. The Puerto Rico Playas lead that series. And coming up next, the Nashville Nighthawks on the road looking to get a 2-0 series lead over the Chicago Wind Attack. Wind Attack with home turf looking to tie it up at 1. It's a pretty simple story there. Their best out of 7 series goes Game 2. Next on CDL Live, Nashville, Chicago. Stay tuned. Alright, CDL fans, welcome back. Our July 30th game day going to come to a close with this matchup. The number 7 seed of the Western Conference, the Nashville Nighthawks, on the road Got a shocking win in game 1, looking for a shocking win in game 2, looking for that 2-0 series lead. Of course, they are on the road to take on the number 2 seed of the West, the Central Division champions, the Chicago Wind Attack. Central Division rivals right here, head-to-head in game 2. Chicago looking to even the series up. Nashville looking to take a 2-0 series lead back home. Let's find out what's going to happen. Nighthawks, Wind Attack. Let's get a look at the lineup. Here we go. Orange Chevelle starting things off for Nashville, up against Inferno. Inferno almost had to flip, but Orange Chevelle doing his thing, but he does go down there. 5-0. Chicago in the lead. Inferno now out there against the rookie No Fear. 10-5. Chicago in the lead as both No Fear and Inferno are down. Extinguish now out there. A lot of defense on the field now. Extinguish out there against Highlight. Interference call. Highlight and Extinguish going at it again. Almost interference there. There was none, but both cars staying up. Two good defensive cars going head to head right now. Another interference. They'll keep going at it. Two good defensive vehicles on that field right now. Another interference, but both cars still up anyway. Neither car flipped yet, even with the interference call tag to it. Plenty of interferences on Highlight. But he does go down there. Then it's going to be Extinguish managing to stay up somehow. So now Extinguish has tied this game up at 10 apiece and now takes on R. Another two good defensive cars. Extinguish on point right there. Good roll for him. And Extinguish takes R down. 15-10 Nashville in the lead. That is the they actually beat Chicago 15-5 in game 1. So 15-10. Extinguish having to put in work here, but he goes down against Monkey Ball. Almost had 3-0 in the win, but the Wind Attack forced overtime. Monkey Ball out there against Casper in OT here in game 2. Casper down, and this series is tied at a game apiece. The Chicago Wind Attack taking game 2 20-15 in overtime, and that ends all game 2s in both conferences. Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay, they're tied at 1 game apiece. LA has a 2-0 series lead over Indianapolis. Philly up 2-0 on Washington. Chicago and Nashville tied at 1. Puerto Rico up 2-0 on Buffalo. Phoenix and San Diego tied at 1. Hartford and Bradford tied at 1. San Jose and San Francisco tied at 1. So going into game 3 in these best out of 7 series, 5 of these series that are going on, 5 out of the 8, are split at 1 game apiece. What more could you ask for? Competitive playoffs so far. That does it for today. Coming up tomorrow, you get to see Philadelphia and Washington. Their game 3. Philly looking to go up 3-0. Patriots with home field looking to get back into that series. They don't want to fall 3-0 and have to go back to Philly for game 4. Hartford and Bradford. Those two teams tied at 1 game apiece after shutting each other out in games 1 and 2. So both of them looking for that 2-1 series edge. Los Angeles going for that 3-0 series lead when they go on the road to take on the Indianapolis Reapers. Phoenix Firebirds on the road to take on the San Diego Lightning. And that one, both of those teams looking to break that 1-1 deadlock in their best out of 7 series. So that's what's happening tomorrow on CDL Live. Till then, peace.
Boom, here it is. Now raise your fist, get up on this. It's time to shine, get on your grind. You pick your line, it's smashing time. 4 cars, 1 dream on every team to go get them some crash for win. From east to west, who do it best? The CDL dog, no contest.